Good morning, Facebook world. This morning I would like to do a video that talks about taking care of your uke in the winter. The main thing we see, the problem is keeping enough humidity for your ukulele. The best thing you can do for yourself is buy yourself a digital readout humidifier or hygrometer. This one happens to be a Honeywell, and I believe it ran me around $20. I have tried the spring type ones. I find they're not quite as accurate. So anyway, that's the first thing you should do is know what level of humidity is in your home, and this is the best way to do it. I said they're not expensive. I can get them. I've had best luck getting them online. The other thing is if your home is below 40%, and we have an in-home humidifier on our furnace, and I found out that actually only keeps it to about 30%. And that part of that's because we live in a really cold climate. But anyhow, that's what I'm saying. You need to know what your humidity is. So invest in a hygrometer so you know where your humidity is. The other thing is, if I have hard cases or a way to humidify all of my ukes, should I be leaving? I can't feel a humidifier to keep extra humidity in the air. If it gets really cold and I just can't keep the humidity up. And what I use for adding humidity to my cases is these little water beads. I don't know if you can see those. When they're what you put in floral arrangements. They use them for tactile things. And then I just drill a little pill bottle with a small drill hole. And once they're fully full of water, then I fill up the bottle and just check it every time I take it out. And I try to check my ukes at least every couple weeks. I'm in and out of most of them during that time period, but at least once a month I go through all of them and make sure that they're have enough moisture in them. So what I use is little water beads. I got these online from Amazon. I think I've had these for 2 years. I've given a lot away, and it takes a really little bit. For 3 cups of water in these, you just take a teaspoon of beads. It's kind of hard to see. Just put them in there, let them become fully pumped up, and drain them off and fill your container. I use them sometimes when I'm shipping. I'll put them in a little plastic bag if you don't have a pill bottle, poke some holes in it, and that works fine too. So I needed some more because I'm going to be shipping. So what do you do if your uke gets sharp ends? That's probably the most, even when you have a humidified home, the first year you have a uke, if it's built in a moister time of year or if it's built in a moist climate, sometimes, especially that first year, the wood will shrink, but the metal frets do not. So you'll end up with a little sharpness on them. Like this one was built October of 18, and it's a little sharp. And it was in a home in Washington, and now that I have it, that was probably a moister area, didn't need to humidify their home. So what you do to start with is tape off your edges of your fretboard, and I come right up to the edge of the fret, if you can see that, and I just use blue painter's tape. And you can do it without this, but it does protect the edge of the fretboard, and if you slip, you're not going to scar up your neck. So the tools I use, and that was just blue painter's tape. The tools I use, I do have one that's specifically for filing the edges of frets. But before I got that, what I used was an emery board. Works really well. It's flexible enough to get in there. These are also available online. It's just a little set of files, and you can use that. But let me just show you with the emery board what you do. Okay. I'm just trying to see. You'll see there's a round edge here. If you feel, you'll feel where those sharp points are. And what I do is just like that until it doesn't feel sharp anymore. And basically, it's usually just along the edge each way, and that. And that's all it takes to take those little burrs off. It usually doesn't take very much at all. So it's a very simple thing. You don't need to take it to your luthier to get done. And this is one of those things I think everybody should know to do. And I didn't take my strings off because I just changed the strings on this uke. And I had oiled the fretboard, but didn't really realize that it was sharp. And part of us, I was saving something to do for a video. But like I say, I just go along each thing. And then I rub both ways to make sure that I haven't missed anything. And if you do, just take a little piece of tape and file that one edge. So when we get up to where the neck meets the body, I put a little piece of tape on the uke itself and up the edge. And there you have to take a little shorter strokes. But as you can see, it's a very simple procedure. I'm gonna finish this one out, and but I think you've seen enough to understand what to do. Again, and sometimes not all of them are sharp. Like this one is fine, and sometimes I'll just give it a little bit of a thing. But the edges is where I find them. Sometimes they might be just a teeny bit sharp. So anyway, just a little cheap emery board. That's all you need, and some tape of some kind to protect the fretboard. If you're really careful, you might get away without the tape. I did it, for a while without that, but I found the tape really does help protect it. So hopefully that'll be helpful for all of you, and you all have a good day. I'm going to get over to the office and go ahead and get some ukes ready to ship. Talk to you later.